How should you build AGL Bardock's hidden potential? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the latest EZA to arrive on Global Dokkan. That is the AGL Transforming Bardock. We're going to take a look at what he's doing and try to figure out what the best hidden potential choices are for this guy. So let's go ahead. Let's hop on in here. So starting off, he is Revenge or Low Class Warrior, category key 4, HP attack and defense 170. And on his super attack, it is a physical melee super attack, and it raises his defense greatly every time he does a super attack. So 50% raise, and that is infinite. In his passive, he has attack and defense 150% and key 2. He has an additional attack 50% when attacking, and an additional 20% up to 100%, and reduces damage received 10%. Up to 50 per low class warrior allies on the team. He has an additional attack 50% and effective against all types when there's a wicked bloodline enemy, and he launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when there's another low class warrior attacking in the same turn. So he's very, very turn restricted in his base form. Where that begins to change a bit is on his Super Saiyan form. Now in his Super Saiyan form, he has key 3, attack defense 180, and effective against all types. He also has 18% damage reduction and an additional attack that has a 70% chance to become a super attack. He also gets an additional 100% when attacking and a medium chance of performing a critical hit. His medium chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, and he has an additional key 3 and chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, 18%, and reduces damage received by 18%. For 5 turns from his entry turn. He also launches an additional super attack that and all allies become critical hits when there's a wicked bloodline category enemy. So very, very nice there. Very, very helpful once you transform him. The question is, when do you transform him? You're going to have to remain in this base form for quite some time. Well, there is a slightly easy answer by figuring out what his hidden potential should be. So if we look over at the hidden potential system, right, for most players, right, we're going to be looking at 69 to 79% in terms of what we're filling in, mostly 79%. So we're going to assume 2 dupes here. So there are a couple things to note. Since he is AGL typing, that means he has built-in combo attack, which means he has a base 5 at 55%. So if you unlock both dupes, you can get up to 20%. Well, that's without any skill orb investment. So that 20 translates to 40% chance to activate. So he has a 40% chance to activate the additional attack, and then that additional attack, of course, has a 50% chance to become a super attack. So it's actually really, really good, even though it's actually really good for him to go additionals knowing this comparatively. So thinking about that, we want to look at the fact that his super attack is in fact greatly raising defense. This is going to be the most beneficial thing for him because you want to get that defense up. In most cases, you are not running him with a low class warrior. You are not running him with a low-class warrior team, which means it may be hard to activate that additional super in his base form, and that additional super even then only is a 50% chance. So if you just add in that extra 50%, near 50% chance through additionals, he's going to be supering roughly 2 to 3 times per turn. And now that Marionette Satellite, with him greatly raising, that's going to put him near, 8 to 900k by his 3rd appearance, which isn't the best, right, compared to other stacking units he had, but it's pretty darn good, and it's going to be very helpful. So then that leaves the question, if we're recommending combo attack, well, what do we do for the rest, right? Do we give it into evasion? Do we give it into critical hit? Here's the thing, he doesn't really need either, right? He has built-in crit in the in his Super Saiyan form, especially if you're facing Wicked Bloodline, and then of course he has effective against all types if you're facing Wicked Bloodline here. If you're if you're in Super Saiyan, you have things that will impact that crit, right? You have a medium chance of performing a critical hit, so that's 30% chance. And you can also give yourself more chances, right, depending on what type of enemy you're fighting. So I don't know that crit is all that necessary for him, so I would wait. I would say likely as an AGL type, the extra stuff should go to evasion. Yes, he has a medium chance to evade, but giving him that little extra, even if it is only up to 11%, is still better than nothing. You know, it'll just help him dodge that little bit more, especially when the dodge can and likely will fail in his transformed state, right? It's just not going to be the greatest amount of dodge you can have on our character, so having any extra here could be very, very helpful, especially since he's already got built-in effective against all types and built-in crits. So guys, that is it for our video. That is our recommendation for the hidden potential for the AGL Bardock. This one's pretty short. It's pretty straightforward. Additionals because he is an attack and defense, because he is a defense stacker, and then go the rest likely dodge. You could give him a little critical hit to make up for his base form, where you might not always have that critical hit rate up, but I mean, it's not all that necessary, and it won't change the overall performance of him at all. So that's it for the video, guys. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, how did you build your AGL Bardock? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.